No matter how hectic, hassle, or troublesome a day has been, when I come home and I walk in my room, it washes away. So it's like a little mini vacation. You have the stress of the day, but then it's gone when I come in here, and I can't help but smile. I probably saw comics before I saw what I would call a traditional book. Because as a kid, my dad used to read me the Sunday comics that came in every Sunday. At that time, I was aware of Frankenstein. When was the first time I saw the picture of Frankenstein? Probably in a magazine somewhere, maybe a Halloween mask back in the 50s. When I started collecting, I just collected because I enjoyed the subject matter more than anything. And as it grew bigger and bigger, there's more interesting material here, and it started to become the tail wagging the dog. What we have here is this is a bust of the creature himself. This is the actual book itself. If you look at Frankenstein-related things here, this is an original Frankenstein Pez, one of the first ones made. This is my absolute favorite, Jack Pierce making up Boris Karloff. I put a little cigarette in his hand there. I built that. The collection itself, because of its size, it really is something that should be kept intact. It should not be parceled out and sent to the four corners of the world. And if I build something, I want it to outlive me. So if they outlive me, they got to go somewhere, and that somewhere is Riverside. I started in 1975 at UCR, and I graduated in 1978. So between my lab, the library, and the bookstore, I pretty much didn't go anywhere else. I was pretty much focused on my work. The research went well. I was in heaven. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go anywhere else. The environment that UCR provided was ideal for me. I could not have picked a better place. It made me what I am. I've had all the titles. President, CEO, chairman, professor. Of all the titles, I like scientist and father the best. Right now, I have grandchildren, and I'm having a great time playing with them. This is their toy land here. I really have been a research scientist at the bench, asking what ifs. So acting like, Dr. Frankenstein in the lab, creating new life forms to understand how our immune system works, and the genetics and the DNA and where they come from and how you can better make them. I wanted to find stuff. I wanted to discover stuff and find things and build things. I don't consider myself a collector. I consider myself a preserver. I've had this my whole life. Its value to me is in total as a resource, as an archive. A lot of this is before the internet, so God knows what's all on. You can probably find everything that's in here on the internet. But to physically hold it, to smell it, to touch it, that gives a different sensation than to seeing an image on a computer screen. The joy that I'll get out of it is that others can share and understand what this is. God made me a dreamer, so I just have to pass it on to others. I've had a great time with it, but time to share. Time to let others enjoy the more than fun I've had.